Okay, my friends, João Vieira here. This time, a much shorter video, about 5 minutes, about the exact why I joined the effort of helping getting the data centers planning or lack of planning in better shape in Frederick, Maryland. Yesterday, I was checking this out, and unfortunately, I saw more information. And I started to look into filing an ethics complaint and consumer complaint with the Frederick Ethics Commission and the Maryland powers that be. And this is why, I found out there was actually 2 projects out of several, okay, that are having, costly, one in Prince William County, 1.6 million cost, I think, so far to the residents there. And so that's not small potatoes. Sorry, friends at the county, Frederick County, the people I voted for. This is not small potatoes. And then the South Haven, Mississippi with XI, they already tried to change engineering and install the 7 million wall. That's probably to the engineering side, but anyway, this causes headaches, and this could be all avoided if our officials had paid attention. Now, instead, what's happening, and this justifies why I got involved. I could tell, I just found out about this yesterday, these 2 cases. So I could tell that this was going to happen in Frederick, and we are heading that way fast. And that's why I got involved. Okay. So, and then I decided to check out the ethics issue yesterday, because there is legislative immunity, indeed, qualified immunity, and then there is residents' rights for a quiet enjoyment of their property. Okay. So that's just on the environmental side, not the financial cost sharing deal. So I'm just quickly going over here why, so and then you folks can decide for yourselves. Then basically officials that ignore overwhelming evidence can face negligent scrutiny under Maryland existing reasonable official standard. That's what Maryland is the standard for to deal with this stuff, which holds government liable when a reasonable person would have acted differently. So that's what the law apparently says. If I'm wrong about this, I've been wrong many times. Please let me know. So these cases document that data center projects increase residents' costs. That's a different issue too. But the noise mitigation, energy burdens, property value loss, that can result. So both of these topics support Maryland liability doctrines and the upcoming cost shifting legislation that is actually taking place right now. But just because the law is not yet fully, on the books, does not preclude the county officials from having, to do their due diligence on a specific issue. Now, these 2 cases, the Great Oaks in Prince William County and the South Haven, Mississippi, they are ongoing right now. Okay, so this is just to show that this is not small potatoes, and justifies fully my engagement and all the other people that got involved with the petition. Okay, I could see this coming, and we're trying to avoid it and help our Frederick elected officials. But so far, they decided to pretend this is not a big issue. All right, good luck with that. So if the county's decisions interfere with the quiet enjoyment, they create nuisance, noise, harm, vibration, and have health impacts, and also if increased costs, violates due process or statutory duties. So amounts to taking or inverse condemnation. So yes, residents' rights always override legislative immunity when harm occurs. Now, I just share with you two cases for these facilities. So, on the legislative versus residents' rights, I'm going to link this document, and then you folks can read for yourselves, because I'm not going to claim I'm a legal expert here. I just looked up the specs, and there is already Maryland already allows suits when government negligence increases residents' costs. That's already done. But in the fall of 2000 this year, there is already a bill being worked on to address this. But just because it's not in place yet does not pretty much deny the need for the people, the powers that be, our elected officials, to have handled this differently, with priority for the residents' wellness and well-being. So I've been saying the same thing over and over, and I hope one of these days they could still get together and reflect, because the way we're heading, is for one of these lawsuits, and just because the county executive and the board president or commission, I forgot what is the title, don't want to recognize that this is a big deal. Well, it's already a big deal in many places. So Maryland already uses, and this is important because of the rights, the part of legislative immunity. This is important, versus residents' rights. Maryland, on the law, on the legal codes and precedent, already established that a reasonable person, a reasonable official standard, that's the standard it's used in negligence and administrative law cases. So if a reasonable official using ordinary judgment would have acted differently given the evidence, then the government can be held liable. And this comes from Maryland negligence doctrine. So here you have it, friends. You can do your own reading. Even without the new bill, officials are not protected when they ignore overwhelming evidence of harm. And this is the county. And then you have personal liability too, that nobody almost talks about on these issues. Okay? There is personal liability, so the legislative immunity protects the vote, of the official, but does not protect from the consequences. If they ignore the plentiful evidence. Now, courts might not be inclined at first to hold, and I'm not going to even talk about that here. I have my own opinion about that. I'm not going to make it. It's not. Anyway, I don't want to talk about it here. But the point is that, yes, I agree that elected officials should have leeway to execute, administrative duties and decisions for the county, or, whatever post they are fulfilling. But whatever the mandate is, right? So, but ignoring the plentiful evidence, it's not a good strategy. And it's not good for Mr. George, for Mr. Bob, Mr. Robert, for anyone. And it's not good for the people doing it. Now, the political donations, that's a different, issue related with ethics. But I'm just talking about the spec and the part of the immunity that they have, the elected officials have, and the consequences that come with those. That in this case, I think all evidence points that they should have paid attention. And even today, with all this evidence around us, nothing has happened. So, all right, friends, it is what it is. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great week ahead of you, and I hope you enjoyed a great weekend.